All right. Good evening, everybody. Meteorologist Alex Carter with you in the Fox 54 Digital Weather Center. This is another edition of Weather Aware Live. This is a segment we're going to be doing here in the Digital Center, talking about the forecast a little bit more in depth, what's ahead next week, what we can anticipate with the drought monitor, which is starting to pop up. This time of year, June, July, August, we get about 30% of our rain in those 3 months alone. And right now, we've seen a little bit of a deficit in a few spots. So if you're just joining us, good evening. Thanks for tuning in on what has been a blistering hot Friday. It's only getting hotter as we go into the next couple of days. So get ready. It is the dog days of summer. We are here, that is for sure. So let us know where you're listening from. I can actually see your comments now, so that is exciting. And we're going to be keeping a track of those throughout the evening as well. So if you have a comment, drop it there, and I'll be tracking those and seeing what we can answer in terms of your forecast questions. But first and foremost, it's all about the high heat. We're seeing that in full effect across the CSRA. Let's go ahead and show you some of those feels like temperatures right now. We are sitting around 96 to 100 for feels like temperatures, which has gone down a little bit, of course, as we get closer to the sunset time frame. It's looking pretty good overall. Anywhere from 98 to 100 for Waynesboro, Augusta, Gibson, Aiken, 102 in Edgefield, 101 in McCormick. And again, if you can help us out by just commenting where you're listening from, hope you're having a good evening. I am keeping track of those comments, making sure that we can track them and look at those. So when we get to busier weather, you can actually we can actually have a conversation here on Facebook Live, which is a very valuable tool. So excited to move that forward as well. But as for the rainfall, we haven't seen a whole lot today. You look at the tower cam, which has told a really cool story over the past couple of hours. Look at this cloud here. It's a fair weather cumulus cloud. It's trying its best to break through the lid in the atmosphere, which sits right about here. If that shower can break through that lid, it usually can produce some rain. But because these clouds are so low to the ground, they're not able to produce showers. We've only seen a couple of them have success today. You can actually see some of those showers as we zoom in on radar. This one's been near Hereford Farm Road, Columbia Road, and near Appling. And this shower now moving right over Appling. Here's what we're talking about. The storms just can't climb that very high in this type of atmosphere. I'm going to slice it in half, and you can see the cross-section as we zoom out a little bit more. It's only getting up to about maybe 10, 15,000 feet. Yeah, 15,000 feet at the most. And if you want to see any meaningful thunderstorms that bring you a fruitful rain, you usually have to get above 20,000. So that's not happening today. But this is the story for the weekend. And the weekend forecast getting pretty hot. Okay, so Saturday and Sunday, both days are going to be near triple digits. We're not going to get a whole lot of rain during this time frame. And so if you're just joining us, good evening. We are tracking those showers and thunderstorms that are going to be happening next week. But right now, we don't have a lot on the board. And in fact, that's just not going to be the case for too much longer. So let's see there. And going to hit OK there. Okay, yeah, so we're tracking these and just wanting to see your Facebook comments. So if you do have a comment, just drop that down there. But 99 tomorrow, 101 on Sunday. And it is going to be a blistering hot stretch. The heat index really cranking up there. We want you to stay weather aware both on Sunday and Monday afternoons. Temperatures going to be rising up to 107 to 112 for feels like temperatures for a prolonged stretch of 2 hours or more each day. So that's why it's so important to make sure that you just take the simple precautions. I don't want to hype this up because it's really not a big deal if you just take those simple measures that we talk about this time of year. Wearing loose, light-colored clothing, any outdoor work or any outdoor activities that you have planned, doing them before 10 a.m. or after 7, usually the best idea when we get this level of hot, and staying cool and hydrated. You take breaks in the AC, you're good to go. It's actually going to be beautiful and sunny all this weekend. And the heat index is anywhere from Saturday all the way to Wednesday, anywhere from 105 to 110. perhaps even hotter in some localized areas. And you see that here on our heat index forecast. Look at Sunday. Some areas, especially on the South Carolina side of the river, could hit a heat index up to 105 to 110 degrees. That is blistering. That's as hot as we've seen it all this year. So just goes to show you, whenever we get this type of setup, really want to make sure that we are tracking that and, just taking the simple measures. That's all we've got to do. And then you'll be good to go. So once again, if you're just joining us, good evening. We're just talking about this high heat building in. Saturday and Sunday look to be the worst of it, with heat index values around 105 to 112 degrees. It is going to be probably our hottest stretch of the summer without some of that heat in. But right now, what I'm watching for is mainly just the chances for heat, sunshine, and no rain. So let's go over the drought monitor for a second. I wanted to show you that because in this setup with little to no rain chance, we're already abnormally dry. And actually, we're going to show you that in just a minute on the web with the Rainfall Roundup, which is our new web article series that's going to be tracking the rain week by week and tracking our drought situation and kind of what that looks like. But the drought monitor is showing us that we're abnormally dry across parts of the CSRA. And it's anywhere that we were abnormally dry last week, but now that drought monitor has grown, and you see the yellow, it's McCormick, Lincolnton, Warrenton, Glasscock, and even Tolliver counties. So we still need the rain. We're technically not in a drought just yet, but we are watching for those moderate drought conditions. And even though we had the rain last week, believe it or not, we are still in abnormally dry conditions. But here's the help that's on the way next week. We've got tropical moisture moving in, along with an incoming cold front. And when you have those two, that's the recipe for scattered showers and storms. And where we don't see rain, you're still going to have the blistering heat. But I think chances of rain are going up, and we've already seen the confidence increasing for next week. So the good news is showers and thunderstorms will be back Tuesday through Friday, maybe even into the weekend of next week. So just a heads up there. There is some help on the way, and that could cool us down a little bit too as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think we could stay in the low to mid 90s. But we're still going to be in the upper 90s at least through Tuesday and Wednesday. So there's that unsettled pattern next week. So rain does return, just as we were talking about in the drought monitor. You'll see it here. We're still abnormally dry. We talked about this in the Rainfall Roundup, which you can actually find on our website at WFXG.com, and you see that there. We've got news and weather, and actually I'm going to go ahead and type this in. You can actually find Rainfall Roundup here. Let's see if it'll let me type. It won't quite yet. Let's see if we can scroll down. No, we can't scroll down. Well, yeah, we can. So, we're just learning about this here kind of on the fly, but you see what we're doing here. And, so the Rainfall Roundup is buried somewhere in here. And you can find that on our website, WFXG.com, if you go to the search bar and you type in Rainfall Roundup. And that should get you where you need to go. But yet we are tracking what is going to be some very high heat this week. That's for sure. And temperatures, once again, going to be on the hot side. Heat index of about 105 to 110. So I want you to stay weather aware both of those days and tomorrow as well. Just staying cool, staying hydrated, those simple measures, they can make a world of difference. So that's the latest edition of Weather Aware Live. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be tracking those showers and storms and what's ahead for the rest of next week coming up in the days ahead as well. But in the meantime, this is the main story. Sunshine and a blistering heat index. We hope you stay weather aware, stay safe, and have a great weekend. The latest news on Fox 54 coming up tonight at 10